Sanctions will come off when we are sure that the nukes are no longer a factor. Sanctions played a big role, but they'll come off at that point. I hope it's going to be soon, but they'll come off. They, as you know, and as I've said, the sanctions right now remain. But at a certain point, I actually look forward to taking them off.
That was President Trump speaking earlier after the historic meeting with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un, where Kim pledged to work toward complete denuclearization. Global market reaction was mostly calm this morning after the landmark meeting. Futures are indicating a lower opening for stock prices on Wall Street this morning. It remains to be seen if this historic handshake will turn into a new day dawning for North Korea's economy. Joining us right now by phone is the chairman of Orascom, TMT Investments, that's Naguib Sawiris, whose company helped build North Korea's communications network. Naguib, thanks very much for calling in this morning.
Thank you.
So first off, your reaction to what has taken place. And Naguib, walk us through what has taken place, because you helped build the communications network after entering North Korea back in 2009. But then business slowed and faltered as Kim rose to power in 2011. Walk us through your experience in North Korea, Naguib.
I've been there more than 10 years, and my experience has been actually positive, because when I went in there, they told me that I will never be able to sell any lines except to the privileged. And today we have 3 million subscribers talking freely to each other, which is in a closed country like that in itself a phenomenon. So I've been an advocate of direct meetings from a long time, and not the rhetoric of war. And we have gone a long way now from cursing and Rocket Man and we will blow up America to a meeting like that, which is easy because, and to all the critics who are criticizing now, I mean, what are they? They said the president met with him, so what should he do? We should email him or send him a text. A meeting like that is crucial for peace, is important for South Korea, for the world, for peace. He can do the meeting, and if he doesn't like the outcome, he can always walk away. And the president was strong in trying to send the message that we're not going to do a deal under any conditions. He canceled the meeting 2 weeks ago, and today I think it's his day. He triumphed. I think that this meeting, the fact that he achieved denuclearization and he achieved that they will blow up their test for the engines of their rockets, and is a big step, because, now we can start to speak economy. Now, the next step is to open that the North Koreans will adhere to whatever they promise. Again, I also support the president in stopping these war games. How can you expect someone to give up his nuclear arsenal and tell him, but we will still be throwing bombs near your border? You either do peace or you do war. They don't go together.
Yeah.
Well, I think the next.
Yeah.
The next step is watching the economy. I think the United States will try and South Korea too, to start opening up the economy of this country, doing some investments, improving the lives of the North Koreans. So once you do that and you change the nature of their lives and everything, there is no way of going back.
Well, let me ask you this, Naguib. I mean, you've got the telecom network. Did the people of North Korea understand what was taking place? Can you tell us what the activity was on the telecom network in terms of... Yeah.
I can tell you that I'm the most popular person in North Korea from the people's side, not with the regime, but from the people's side, because what you need to understand, they never even had a fixed line in their home. They were never able to call their mothers and fathers and ask about their health or their kids if they're away, So the reaction has been enormous. It was like offering them a new life, when they had the first phone and they could talk to each other and so on. So it's been from a perspective of humanity or of a communication, and also, as you know, communication opens up also the road to democracy, So, but financially, okay, it's not been the greatest investment for me, because I was waiting for that day. If the economy starts pouring in and investments come in and the sanctions are lifted, that will be my day,
Will you put more investment in the country? I mean, when you look at North Korea, the country is dilapidated, right, in terms of infrastructure. The risk of instability looms large. So where would the opportunities be should you be considering investing here even further?
I will tell you, there is immense opportunities. They don't have cattle. They don't have meat. They don't have milk. They don't have They have a shortage of housing. They have a shortage. Their mining industry is totally overhauled and needs massive investment. They have a lot of minerals that can boost their economy, but they lack the investments to do them. There is even in agriculture, they need the help. Industrial. They don't even manufacture except the military cars. There's so much to do there. They have only a few cement factories. They need new ones. There is the fertilizer plants are. It's like everything there. It's like a country that could absorb a lot of investments. All what we need to ensure is that they will adhere to world regulations, and they will allow investors to repatriate dividends, and they will join the world at peace, and they will stop investing in weaponry and concentrate on the quality of the lives of their people.
So you have put much of your fortune, 50% of your fortune, into mining companies, gold-related companies. Is there an opportunity in terms of minerals? Tell us about the minerals and the opportunity in North Korea. Is this an opportunity for investors?
Yes, it is, but not mainly in gold, but in zinc, in natural material. There's this what they call the natural ore, in iron ore, in coal. They have vast mines of that sort. Unfortunately for me, and gold is very scarce, and copper. Copper exists, but not in big quantity. But the other minerals ore are there and are waiting for investors.
So you did put 50% of your fortune in those kinds of that sector, right? Mining companies, gold related? They always
rephrase. Let me rephrase that because it's been taken out of context. I did not say that I said that the value of my investments in mining are today 50% of my net worth. But the fact is, when I started, it was only 10 or 15%.
I see.
It's the way I managed these investments, the way I consolidated my ownerships, and the way I grew the companies I invested in, that resulted in a value and this value creation that today is half of my life.
But Naguib, people are not talking about the human rights issues this morning. We're talking about this historic summit and this historic handshake, but the fact is there are gulags in North Korea. People have been tortured, killed. Will this change? What's your take in terms of the change in sentiment from the leadership of North Korea, and why?
I think once the North Korean leader feels that he's safe and that he signs a peace agreement where he knows that there won't be any attempts to topple his regime, and as long as he adheres to his promises, he will enter into a new phase that he will have to stop with all these practices if they're true,
Yeah.
Because it will not work together, But I think President Trump said that. He mentioned that to him today. And I think the more confident this young man believes that there is peace coming and there is not going to be threatened, the more he will be stopping these practices,
So are you planning to put more money in North Korea, Naguib?
I will the minute the sanctions are lifted and the whole currency situation there stabilizes. Yes, I have a lot of money already trapped in there, so I will be in the best position to reinvest it.
All right, we will leave it there. Naguib, good to speak with you. Thanks so much for calling in this morning.
Thank you. Thanks.
Naguib Sawiris joining us there.